Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we have a story titled, Me, 25 male, with my wife, 27 female, after 8.5 years, 2 months married, she cheated, divorce or discuss. That was a mouthful for me because there's so many brackets and stuff in it. That's a long time to be together to get cheated on. Anyways, before we get into the video, just want to remind you of the Patreon channel. The link is in the description if you want to see more exclusive stories, explicit stories. I can say whatever I want on there and read some wild stories on there. So if you want to see uncensored kind of stories, head over there. And yeah, we'll get straight into the video. Hello everyone, I am currently in a bad situation and I'm not sure if I'm really doing the right thing. By the way, this is my first post here, so please excuse me if I'm missing any detail. Feel free to ask. So let's begin with my current situation. I, male 25, am in a relationship since 8.5 years with my wife, who is 27 female. After I proposed to her during our trip to America in August 2015, we married legally on the 4th of the 6th, 2016. It's like a little less than a year. And in a church on the 9th of the 7th, 2016. So a month later, they got married in a church as well. So they must have legally done it and then did like the marriage thing after. We went to our honeymoon, in brackets 2 weeks. After the wedding, departure was on the 11th of the 7th. Okay, so a couple of days after. During this time, I noticed for the first time that she was always texting on her phone and tries to hide the phone or shut off the display when I tried to look who she's writing to. When I asked her, she was always texting her friends or sister. This got me suspicious, rightfully so. And with the beginning of our second week, I took her phone while she was asleep. First time ever for me. I really did trust her. And that's how I found out that the woman I thought loved me, that I married 1 month prior, was cheating on me with someone else. Male 39. So like 10 years older than them. Holy. In brackets it says detail. It's the cook where she works, so they see each other daily during the week. What do you mean? As we still had to stay together for the rest of the week and our flight home, I didn't bring up the argument because I didn't want to fight over it on our honeymoon. I have no idea how I managed that. No, for real, because if it was me, I would have been so stale, so blunt the whole trip. Like, they would have known I was upset about something, you know? So, good on you. Also, I get that, like, holding it off because it would make the rest of the flight home, everything would be just horrible. After further investigation, when we came home, I found out that their relationship started at the end of November 2015. Also, after he proposed. So after our engagement. I need to stop jumping ahead. But way prior to our wedding. I have no idea why she didn't bring it up to me as we have plenty of time to cancel our wedding. And somehow I didn't notice it until it was too late. Yeah, it's annoying because now if you do break up, it needs to be a divorce, which is like a whole thing. I didn't discuss this with my wife until now, so she doesn't know that I know, but I think she suspects that I might suspect something. We still have to choose our photos for our wedding album, and we still have to write all the thank you letters for the gifts we received. That's why I didn't discuss this argument until now. But I am dying inside, and I have to do something about the situation. In fact, I'm informing myself if I can kick her out of our house. We rented it together, the contract shows both names. And if our wedding can be legally cancelled or if I have to divorce. Yeah. Because in different places in the world, I've learnt through reading these, is that it's so different in different countries and then states within countries. We'll see. Relevant detail. The other guy is separated from his wife and has 2 children in their teens. He is not divorcing her right now as they have some loans to pay back. Also, they constantly talk about how much they love each other and they would like to live their love on 100%, but they can't right now. As far as I know, the plan is for her to have children with me, as the other guy already had some. And then when he's ready, divorced or whatever, they will get together. What? The title said divorce or disgust. I would divorce her. She's planning a life with this man. She's planning a whole life with this man. And she's going to make you have children with her. Like, she's got a plan to have, basically trap you with a child and then leave you. No discussion here. That's a divorce. Even just the cheating itself, in my opinion, is divorce. But it's also different to every situation, everything. Like, you know, But there's sometimes in these stories, it's just such a nail in a coffin. There's just such, like, the nail in the coffin for me. Like, if I knew that was their plan, they are planning a future together, and that was the plan, I would be gone, long gone. My point is that I feel guilty for thinking about divorce not more than 2 months after our wedding, as we had a big party and received a lot of gifts, but I can't really go on like this. Basically, what you got to think about, if you're feeling guilty, is that she's already planning a whole life with this other guy. She's planning before you got married. I don't even know what I'm expecting from you guys. Maybe I need confirmation I'm doing the right thing to leave her and get divorced. Yeah, I understand, like, it is a big thing, especially it's so soon after the wedding, but boy, divorce her. Thank you for any advice you would bring up. Best regards. Okay, we've got a couple updates. So it must be like a couple days later. It says, update, 22nd of the 8th. Discussed the matter with the lawyer in her office who doesn't really know about the matter. Gave me contact information for someone who should be able to help me. Going to call today/tomorrow and try to meet with her ASAP. I'll keep you guys updated how this will proceed. In the meantime, thank you for all your support. So the next day he updated again. So update 23rd of the 8th, 2016. I talked to my lawyer and he has to inform himself if having another relationship is legally enough to call in annulment of the marriage. I think that's how you pronounce it. I've just searched up how to pronounce it. In all her years of divorcing people, it's the first time someone's called her so soon after the marriage. She felt terribly bad for me. Yeah, I do too. I feel like anyone reading this story would, because like it's only 2 months after you found out and it was before you got married. However, she informs herself and will let me know in a few days what options I have. I'll let you know when she talks to me. So then 2 days later he updates. So the 25th of the 8th, 2016. I can call in for annulment within 6 months of the marriage. I therefore have some spare time to talk to the priest if there is any way to annul the wedding in the church. Also, this way I can first take my school exams in the next 2 weeks and then discuss all of this calmly with my wife. Problem being, I have no idea how to begin the discussion with her. Just like, hey, I know you're cheating on me. Sounds bad. I would get the whole thing going and then I'd be like, so I know you cheated on me and here's the paper that we're not married anymore. I'm guessing annulment. I didn't even search it up. Yeah, so if it's so soon after it, I'm guessing it basically takes back so you don't have to divorce, which is so good, honestly, for his case. So he doesn't have to go through the divorce procedure, like that whole thing. He can just basically take it away. Like, say you weren't ever married to this woman. Okay, so it's maybe a week or so later, and the updates, it says it's on the 11th of the 9th, 2016, so it's the next month, but only just the start of the month. As described on previous update, I can legally call for annulment of the marriage within 6 months. I also discussed with our priest, and apparently he is also able to call in for annulment, but he wanted me to first talk about this with my wife. Of course, he wasn't really proponed to call immediately for divorce, and wanted me to let my wife decide if she wants to stay with me or not. But I'm not really sure if I want to let her decide. Yeah, I wouldn't. Because she's probably going to say yes. And even if she does, that basically means like your life is on her decision after she's done you dirty. Because I don't think I can ever trust her again. The point is, have no idea how I should begin this discussion with my wife. And I know that there's never the perfect moment. But maybe you can give me some advice on the matter. What to say, what not to say. Priest told me I should not talk about her faults. I should talk about how my feelings are hurt and how I feel bad about our marriage because it isn't real. I should not talk about forgiving. I should talk about me offering to help her. I should tell her enough so she knows that I know she's cheating on me, but not too much. Also, probably it is better to meet first my lawyer to get an idea on the next steps. Also, talking about our house as we are renting it together. Contract shows both name, and only then talk with my wife. I don't know, because the thing is, to me, but obviously this is your priest, you believe in some kind of religion, but in my opinion is I would not give her a decision. I would talk about her fault. I would talk about that I know she cheated, and I would tell her all the details I know. I would catch her out. Like, that's what I would do. But It's different person to person, religion to religion, all that kind of stuff. So what I would do is I would just find out the most information you can about divorcing, well, not divorcing in this case, but like what he's doing. Find out everything you can find out about it. What's your rights, what's your not, blah, 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 all that kind of stuff, and then bring it up to her just straight away, like both home from work. Hey babe, I actually know you're cheating, and this is, serve her, like, it's not divorce, like you can't serve her the papers, but serve her the juice and tell her that it's over. Well, I'm gonna read a couple comments. Yeah, so there's just a lot of comments saying divorce her. If she doesn't respect you now, she'll respect you less if you let her walk all over you. Another comment says, I don't see what the problem is with divorcing her, given that she's only using you for means to an end. Exactly. Okay, and then OP actually replied to her saying, my point is that we, my parents, her parents, and all our relatives spent a lot of money on us, and I feel guilty about that. Okay. Okay, there's not many comments actually. Everyone's just saying, don't try to divorce, try the annulment, and like, you can do that. A comment says, yes, it is awful to be contemplating divorce this soon, but your wife has been caught cheating throughout your engagement and is already talking about using you to father her children, then taking those children and leaving you for this other guy. So, I think you know what you need to do. I'm so sorry, OP. What an awful thing for you to discover on your honeymoon. I wish you all the best. This is going to be tough, but you are young and you are better off knowing this stuff now so you can move on and someday build a life with a woman who is committed to being a family with you. I didn't even realize that. Yeah, he's actually quite young. He's only 25. So like he now can, it's not like he said, it's not later down the track, because if it was later down the track, it would be more devastating, because like he doesn't have kids at least and stuff, and it was quite soon on, so he didn't even have to go through divorce, because that's like a whole big thing itself. I'm assuming he is going to, there's no more updates, but I'm assuming that he is going to probably go through with the annulment, because, you know, I would, and I hope he does, because he doesn't deserve that. She literally is planning a life with this other guy before you even had a wedding yet. You were just engaged, so I don't know. I wouldn't stick around to see. Anyways, that's it for today's video. Let me know what you thought about this in the comments down below. What advice would you give him? How would you bring this up to your cheating wife? I don't know. But yeah, don't forget about the Patreon channel in the description if you want to see more exclusive / explicit stories. Head down there, check it out if you want. Don't forget to subscribe and like, and I'll see you in another video, guys. Bye.